Hey guys, hope you liked the last video. Today we're going to be making shepherd's pie. So here are the following ingredients. So we have ground meat. I have a lean ground beef, pork, and veal mix. If you can't have the pork, then what you can do is just get the beef and the veal, or just straight beef. It doesn't really matter, but I like actually making it with the mix of beef. We're going to use 1 onion. We're going to use bay leaves, beef broth, Worcestershire sauce, cornstarch, a little bit of oil. I have fresh corn that I took off the husk, but you can use either canned corn or the frozen corn. And then I have frozen peas and carrots that we're going to add at the end. Then for shepherd's pie, the topping is mashed potatoes. So right now I just have 2 potatoes, but I'm probably going to do, because they're pretty small, I'm probably going to do about 5 of the small potatoes, some milk, and a little bit of butter. And then the items that we're going to need tool wise are potato masher, wooden spoon, a knife, a cutting board. This is my saute pan / pot that I'm going to use. And then I have a Pyrex dish that goes into the oven. That is about 10 by 6. If you don't have Pyrex but you have a casserole dish that goes into the oven, you can use that. So next we're going to be doing the actual mix. Okay guys, so we're going to do the onions, because we just have to finely dice the onions, but I also forgot one other piece of equipment, which would be our potato peeler for our mashed potatoes. So get out that as well. So for the onions, we're going to make them a nice small dice. So that is our onions that we're going to saute first before we do the beef. Into the bowl. And that would be all that is really required for the knife, as well as when you do the potatoes. So we'll peel the potatoes. There's a couple of spots. The potatoes, I'm just using what I have in the house. Any bad spots, I will actually cut them away. This is why I say I'm going to use a few. See there? So all you have to do is cut away. And there is still some good. Keep that. And then I'll get that ready in a pot with some water, and I'll boil my potatoes to get it ready for the mashed potatoes. And then I'll show you the actual cooking of the shepherd's pie. Okay, so now we're gonna start making our beef. And I have my pan on the stove on high heat, just to get it nice and warm and ready for the onions. Then in the other pot, I have water with our cut up potatoes, which let me show you right there. And I cut them up small so it cooks a little bit faster when we need it. And we'll probably put that on about 3/4 of the way when we're finished the actual beef, because we'll actually put the beef into the dish and let it set while we're waiting to do the potatoes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some oil, just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon. And then with your wooden spoon, it's going to be nice. We're going to add in our onions. And we're going to give that a saute. Get that nice and caramelized. So we're going to let that sweat, and once that's ready, then we'll add the beef. Okay, so the onions have caramelized, and what I've done is I've added the beef. And what we'll do is we'll cook it until everything is cooked and there's no more liquid in the pan. And then we'll start our next step. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add some salt and pepper. A little bit of salt. So I've cooked it down, all the water's come out. If you don't want to wait that long, you can actually get yourself something like a sieve like this, just like a strainer, and then you can put the meat in there, and then the liquid will come down, and you just do it over the sink if you don't want to wait long. So we'll mix in the salt and pepper. What we're going to do is we're going to add a couple of bay leaves. 1, 2, pretty small, so 1 more. And then we'll add stock. We're just getting more meat flavor, and this is what's going to help us make our gravy. So we're just adding more flavor to the meat. You basically just want to add enough water or stock just so that it comes up. And we'll just let that boil for about 20 minutes. Okay? And then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes, so it's starting to boil. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do our cornstarch. So lovely. So we're going to do our cornstarch to thicken it. Basically, it's about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch with about the same amount of water. And what we're going to do, we'll just get the little bits in the bottom. We'll turn off the fan. Okay, so it's about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch to about 3 tablespoons of water. You basically just mix it until it all becomes watery. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to add it to the pot. And let it do its magic. Stir it around so I can start thickening it up. As you can see, it's already started. Lovely. So basically you're just making a gravy, a quick gravy, so that everything will stay together once it's baking. We're gonna let this cook for another minute, and then we're gonna add, right now we'll add our Worcestershire sauce. So we're basically gonna add about a tablespoon. So just so we're mixing the sauce in, just like so. Worcestershire sauce is basically just almost like a vinegary sauce. If you don't like it, then you don't need to put it in. You just thicken it up. So, and then what we'll do is we'll add our corn first. I have about maybe a half a cup. Because it's raw, fresh. So we're just gonna let that cook for a little bit. Mix it in. So, in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll turn on our potatoes and let that cooking. And then we'll add our peas and carrots. Do so mix it in well. Like so. And then what we'll do is we'll turn it off and we'll just let it sit. And the peas and carrots will get cooked just like the corn. And then we'll just wait for our mashed potatoes. Okay, so I have finished my meat sauce and I put it in the pan. And what I did is for about 10-15 minutes, I put it in the fridge to cool down so that the top would get a nice crust on it, if you will. And in the same time, I made my mashed potatoes, and now we're going to put the mashed potatoes on top of our meat. So I'm going to grab a spoon and a towel. I use the same pot, and basically I'm going to put it on top like so. Put that much for now. I still have a little extra in the pot. So, and I made mine with a little bit of garlic. So I made a garlic mashed potato. One more spoon. Looks like a good amount. Any extra, if you want, you can eat it. Because who doesn't like mashed potatoes? Get it all the way to the edges. shepherd's pie. Now if you wanted to, you can take a fork, or you can take your spoon and just go like that. And once it bakes, those little peaks will get nice golden brown. Okay. Or if you wanted, you could take a fork, just make patterns in the potatoes. Basically play with your potatoes, like so. And then when it bakes, it will get all golden brown on the tops and make a nice crust. So what we're going to do next is we're going to put it into a 400-degree oven for half an hour. And then I'll show you what it will look like straight out of the oven. Hey guys, so it's been 30 minutes and I just pulled out the shepherd's pie and this is what it looks like. The two patterns have come out and look great. So I hope you enjoy making this recipe as much as I did. See ya!